He was 6 pounds, 10 or 11 ounces, and then almost instantly just started losing weight. The next day he was about 5 pounds, 10 ounces, and then he stayed in the 5-pound range, but the ounces just kept drastically dropping. In the beginning, the hospital was like, it's typical for babies to lose a little bit when they're first born, but because of his situation, his heart was going like a little hummingbird, so he was burning more than he was gaining.
Robbie was born with a double inlet left ventricle that was actually on the right side. So he had what we call atrial and ventricular discordance. He is dependent on congenital heart disease care here in Westchester at Maria Ferrari, as well as they collaborated with Boston Children. So it's a really nice collaboration between our colleagues in Boston, our colleagues across the street at Westchester, and Blythedale.
He started very slowly gaining weight, but we never really hit that 6-pound mark, so we were a good 5 pounds well into 4 months of his life. July 26th, I was getting ready, we put him in the car seat. He did what any little baby would do, fuss and huff. I remember hearing the crying abruptly stopped, and something in my mom heart was like, touch your child. I touched him. I felt no heartbeat. I felt no breath. He was cold. Called 911, and I was on the phone with the operator explaining that my 4-month-old is not breathing. First I thought it was a little seizure because he was very out of it, and by the time we got to Westchester and they ran some tests, he had a heart attack.
Robbie's underlying reasons for having a heart attack are very different from your grandfather or your father. His actually have to do with the amount of tissue he was born with, and then the changes they have had to make to try to make that heart tissue function as well as they can.
He was too weak, no matter what we were doing, because he needed to get chunkier and the extra fluid in his lungs needed to chill out. That's when the talk of Boston started happening.
Boston is one of the internationally recognized centers for congenital heart disease, and so they see the most of the rare. And so when you have a situation like Robbie's, where it's exceedingly rare and challenging to manage, I think it's great that we're seeking the counsel, advice, and treatment of people who might have the most experience in these rare instances.
So the next step was to build a mesh wall to give him a right side. That was probably one of the scariest times of my life, because now we're going into the heart. It wasn't just a simple, let's open up his chest and do little things, let's open up his chest and open up his heart. In the beginning, our next step was they were just going to monitor him for 2 to 3 weeks to see how his feeding and everything is going with the heart. And then they realized how far he's fallen off the curve on where he's supposed to be with everything from feeding to physical therapy. So they recommended Blythedale.
We are the subspecialty hospital that Maria Ferrari or Boston Children's or Children's Hospital of Philadelphia or Morgan Stanley in the city depends on us and our techniques and strategies to get children home. Usually we're working on things like helping the child eat and grow in a developmental, and that's true for Robbie. We have the largest group of physical therapists, occupational therapists, and speech therapists dedicated to children in the area. On the medical side, we have pediatric hospitalists, pediatric critical care physicians, respiratory therapists, nurses with special training to be able to take care of Robbie's medical needs. And so at Blythedale, what we're able to do is bring together the medical needs and the therapy needs under one structure, which is Blythedale.
Since we've been here, he's gotten a lot stronger. He can roll over on his own now. He's trying to pick himself up. I think he's going to be that kid that just says, no, I don't want to crawl, and just starts running. Since we've been here, we're pushing 16, 17 pounds now. I can actually pick him up and squish him like you're supposed to squish a little baby. He has so much energy. He was always a lively, happy child, but now he's just so much more like, hi guys, look, I can rock myself to sleep now.
That's the thing that's helped out through a lot of this. It's not just the people that have been around us helping us out with everything, it's him. This kid bounces back from everything like nothing's happened. That makes it a lot easier. Just his attitude without everything.
We're hoping next steps are learning about the NG tube, and finally, after this long journey from July, because I haven't had him home, be able to take our son home.